Okay, the big story tonight, we've been talking about that heavy rain. It's causing major issues in Orange County, and Mike Rogers at the desk. We are looking live now at Huntington Beach.
Yeah, Pat, we are looking live at Huntington Beach. This is right at Edinger and Edwards. Our photographer Chris is down there. So what you're looking at right now, this is a woman who's in her car. Now, the floodwaters have subsided just a bit, but this is still a very, very flooded intersection. We are told in some places it is over 3 feet of water that is in the area. And you can see that as Chris kind of pans around there, you can see how high that water is. Now, where that person is in the middle there is an elderly woman who is says she is trapped. Obviously, the water not as high as it was at one point, but she has asked the fire department to come and help her get her out. She's also asked for a tow truck to respond to get her car. So what you see there is the Huntington Beach Police Department as well as the Huntington Beach Fire Department, which has been just overwhelmed with flooding calls that have gone on. Now, at one point during all of this, they had done a 911 callback to the north part of the city, asking people to stay inside until the floodwaters subsided a little bit. Now, the latest report from a battalion chief says that the rain has pushed through and they're just dealing with standing water right now, and they're trying to get public works crews to come out there and clear out all of the drains that are being blocked up. And I can tell you, this is basically from the north end of the city all the way to the south, down then near the coast. They are also dealing with this. And over in Santa Ana, they've got a reported water rescue that they are working on as well. So a lot of significant issues happening down in Huntington Beach, Pat. This is here at Edinger and Edwards Street, where this was one of the worst areas in the city. The floodwaters, though, are starting to drain out as the system moves through.
Okay, thanks so much for that update, Mike. And let's get to meteorologist Evelyn Taft with that flash flood warning for some areas, including what we were just talking about, Huntington.
Pat, indeed. And, you know, this is what we were sort of afraid of, and we're still on high alert because we could see more of the same come through either in Huntington or somewhere a little further northward later in the forecast, because there's a rotation that's sort of set up shop, and that is part of the rotation. Okay, so we're going to walk you through that in just a moment. I do want to get right to your forecast right here, and I do want to get right to your watches and warnings. So let's get right to it. Let's first and foremost look at that forecast cell that just passed through. So between 10:30 and 11 p.m. we started to get heavy rain. Just at the top of our show here, we saw a flash flood warning go up, and it is currently up for the area. Our next weather alert is also up because of, yes, the possibility of imminent or, yes, flooding that is currently happening. So here we have it from Huntington to Westminster, this sort of green rectangle on your screen indicating the flash flood warning that is in effect through midnight. So flash flooding continues to be a possibility. It is happening right now. You saw that water on the ground in Huntington. As we move through the night, we could see a similar cell pass through, but this time with some rotation and some serious wind. So we could start to get wind damage in addition to this much water pooling in the early morning hours. So I want to walk you through the rest of that. You're also looking at some green on your screen. That is a flood watch, not a flash flood watch, but a flood watch through parts of the basin. Now, this flash flood warning will remain until midnight. So we've got all eyes on the area, but that forecast cell has already moved through. It moved through quickly. And what I want to do right here on live radar is pause the radar at right where we are. This is just in the last few minutes, 11:15, but you'll see that heavy rain passed through and made its way now up to the mountain. So where it starts to turn to snow, right there over Wrightwood. Okay, so at the moment, we're not looking at any heavy downpours, but we could continue to see the possibility as we move through the next little bit. I do want to show you that 3-hour radar loop. So it was right around 10:30 or so where we started to get the heavy rain that moved through Orange County, and then we started to see the flooding taking place, and then the flash flood warning going up in the 11 p.m. hour. That's where we are right now, and that will continue through midnight, another 40 minutes at least. We've got all eyes on Orange County, but we also have eyes on the rest of your forecast here, because not only are we looking at rain now, but take a look at what happens. This is all part of the same rotation. And at the beginning of the night, we really had all eyes on our gateway cities and South LA County into Seal Beach, Huntington Beach. And here we go again. By 2 a.m., we start to see another cell approach, but this could be a lot more damaging than what we just saw pass through Orange County, folks. You'll see by 4 a.m., we are looking at damaging winds potentially, tornadic activity potentially through the 4 a.m., even 5 a.m. hour. It's still pretty hairy out there. It will get a lot drier by tomorrow, but we still have quite a morning to go. So next weather alert through tomorrow, drier by the weekend, and continuing to stay dry through our holiday week. Pat, back to you.
Okay, thanks, Evelyn.